Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Asad Yaqub here, and I welcome you to a wonderful video about IELTS reading. If you are in trouble because of IELTS reading, and reading is a nightmare for you, I'm serious this time, then please sit back, relax, and watch this video till the end, because I'm going to unfold IELTS reading, okay, academic, and if you are gender training, this video is going to be for you as well, right? Okay, before we go on, let me tell you I teach IELTS online all over the world, and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan, we offer IELTS single module preparation plans, we offer IELTS test booking service, and we offer PTE classes. If you want to get any of these services, we are available. Our WhatsApp numbers are available here, right? As far as academic IELTS reading is concerned, and I mean the same tips go for gender training candidates as well. Well guys, reading is a nightmare. I have seen students securing 7, 6.5 band in listening and speaking and 4.5 to 5 band in reading module, okay? So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and techniques which are going to be very effective for you. First of all, when you start your IELTS reading, you need to start with reading passage 1. We call it section 1, passage 1, whatever they call it, okay? And in reading passage 1, if it is academic, you will find questions like sentence completion and true false not given, and both are type A questions. Now let me tell you what are type A questions. Type A questions are those where questions and their answers, they are in order, and type A questions are the easiest ones. And for type A questions, once you find one answer, you read on, you will find the next answer, you read on, you'll find the next answer, and all that, okay? Whereas type B questions are those for which you have to scan all the passage. In IELTS reading, academic and general training, there are two question types which are type B. One is list of headings, and one is which paragraph contains the following information, and third one is matching. In matching, questions are not in order, but the options which are given, A, B, C, D, they are in order. So I advise you that you start your reading with the first passage. In the past, if you watch my videos which were made 5 years ago, I used to say read books, read magazines. Who has time to do that all? If you watch my previous videos for listening, I used to say watch TV programs, listen to podcasts and this and that. No, nobody has time. A modern man and modern people are busy. They don't have time for all that stuff, and their focus is on IELTS only, okay? So don't do all that stuff. For reading, I would say Cambridge IELTS books. That is the best syllabus that you have, okay? If you have plenty of time, books 1 to 18, right? And if you are a busy person, like you are doing general training, you have office and other stuff as well, then you can practice from books 11 to 18. Academic or general training, that's up to you. So for part 1, what you have to do, the question type is sentence completion. For sentence completion, it is important to see two things you need to see. Number 1, you need to find a clue, and that clue will take you to the part of the passage which is related to that question. So the first target is to find the location of your answer in the passage. I am 100% sure if I give you IELTS reading questions and one sentence below which contains the answer, you will find all 40 answers. If not 40, then 35, 34 answers you will find. So looking for the right location where there is the answer, that is the challenging part of IELTS reading, okay? So what you have to do when you read the question, whether it is true, false, not given, or sentence completion, when it is type A question, you need to find a clue from the question. Sometimes question will give you direct clue. Yesterday in my online IELTS masterclass, I was solving academic reading test, and in the question they had written 19th century. And in the passage, there was a paragraph and a sentence that had 19th century there. Okay, so 19th century, sometimes the clue is New York, sometimes the clue is the name of the person. So from the question you need to find the clue and you need to reach the right target where there is the answer. Step number 1. Now once you identify the right part of the passage which has got the answer, now at this point you need to read the question carefully. Before that you can skim read the question and find something important from there, and after that now you read the question. If it is true, false, not given, you have to see which phrase or word is going to decide the answer is true, false or not given. Sometimes in the question they write all the people, in the passage they say some people. Now all the people, some people, they are opposite, so answer should be false. Sometimes in the question they say majority of, and in the passage they say minority, answer is false. So you need to see in true, false, not given, there is one word or there is a phrase which is going to decide whether the answer is true, false or not given. Let me tell you, in reading part 1, all 14 questions or 13 questions, they are type A mostly. True, false, not given and sentence completion, and questions and answers are in order, and you have to, and by the way, they give you 3 long passages in IELTS reading which you do not have to read all together. In IELTS listening, you don't listen to the whole conversation of 25 to 30 minutes to answer 40 questions. There are hardly 40, 50, 60 sentences which contain the right answers. So those sentences are important. At that time you have to listen carefully. Okay, now let's go on. Once your reading part 1 is perfect and you start to understand the nature of passages and you start liking scientific articles based on research, technology and all that, this is the right time to switch to part 2 of your IELTS reading, whether it is academic or general training. For general training reading, in part 1 mainly focus matching, right? And secondly, true, false, not given along with sentence completion. Okay, now reading part 2, when you reach reading part 2, you will come across different type of questions. In part 1, you just have to locate the information and answer is there. In part 2 and part 3, you need to interpret the information. You need to demonstrate advanced understanding of your reading comprehension. Okay, that is there in reading part 2. So in part 2, they will give you sentence completion always. So you need to finish sentence completion first. If they give you true, false, not given, you need to finish them first. Now let me tell you, it's only a list of headings and which paragraph contains the following information. These 2 question types are type B, where questions and answers are not in order. Otherwise, multiple choice questions, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, every type of sentence completion, okay, matching, options are always in order. So these question types are in order. Once you find one answer, read on, you will find the next answer, read on, you will find the next answer, and sometimes it's the same paragraph, sometimes it's the next paragraph. So you need to locate the information. For reading, your 2 skills must be sharp. I would say sharpen these 2 skills. One is scanning. If there is a long passage containing 2 pages and I say, now scan the word camera. Okay, all right. So you should be able to scan the word camera as quickly as possible. This is what we call scanning. And if I say skim read paragraph A to see what it is all about. Now skim reading, this reading skill is required for list of headings. So when you skim read paragraph A, you will read first couple of sentences, and if you see they are explaining something, then you reach the middle couple of sentences and then the last couple of sentences, so that you understand what the passage is all about. Okay, so skimming and scanning, they are very important. Let me give you this warning for reading. Number 1, you are not supposed to read everything. Number 1. Number 2, you are not going to read 3 lengthy passages for academic reading. altogether from A to Z, and 5 lengthy passages for general training reading. You're not supposed to read them all. You just need to locate where there is the answer. Once you reach that location, you just need to read a couple of sentences and you will find your answers like this. It is easier said than done. For this you need practice. Okay, so once you practice part 2 and you start getting 10 plus correct answers in part 2, you are ready for part 3, and I advise you to investigate. For example, your answer is true, right answer is false. Now read that sentence, read it 10 times. Okay, read that sentence to see why your answer is wrong, why other answer is right. Just try to find the reason, just try to find the logic. Okay, why answer is false? Once you see, once you realize, aha, now I see, that is the time of learning. And for this, I would advise you to solve some reading tests with me on YouTube, or otherwise we have single module preparation, so you can just subscribe that single module preparation and you can solve some reading tests with me. The way I solve the test, many students, they complain after watching my video. Okay, and what is that complaint? They complain, sir, when we solve reading test with you, we understand everything, we find every answer, but when we solve alone, we don't find the answer. So I answer for that, you need to solve as many tests with me as possible, and then you can just solve tests on your own. So once you complete part 2, now you can come to part 3, and in part 3 you will see there is advanced level of English where you will have to interpret ideas after reading. You have to think that if they are saying this, it may mean this, it may mean that, and all that, and you can find all the answers. So do not go beyond Cambridge IELTS books. I know there is some non-Cambridge material available in the market. That material is not standard. First of all, Cambridge IELTS books 1 to 18. Then we have Cambridge Official Guide to IELTS, Cambridge IELTS Trainer. Okay, these books are very, very good ones. So you can follow these books, and it's more than enough that if you prepare from these books. Okay, so reading is a module that has the tendency to give you overall better bench score if you take it seriously, if you work hard. You know what happens? Whatever we find difficult in life, we tend to avoid it. But instead of avoiding it, if you are going to take the bull by horns, most definitely things are going to become easier for you. Right? All the best, guys. I also teach IELTS online all over the world, and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan, we offer IELTS test booking service. We offer PTE classes online. Okay, we offer single module preparation. If you want to get any of these services, our WhatsApp number is given. You can contact us for that. Asad Yaqub wholeheartedly wishes you best of luck with your IELTS preparation. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.